Hello and welcome to Pocket Wellbeing Friend, the podcast that fits in your pocket and walks beside you through the mess, the magic and the everyday moments of life. I'm Dan and I'm really glad you've joined me today because in this episode we're going to talk about something so many of us quietly struggle with: people pleasing. That constant need to say yes, to smooth things over, to keep everyone else happy, often at the expense of your own peace of mind. We'll explore what people-pleasing really is and why it shows up, how it impacts your mental health, and most importantly, practical steps to break free from that cycle without guilt. We'll also go through a grounding exercise that will help you reconnect with your own needs, because that's where the journey really begins. So, take a deep breath, make yourself comfortable, let your shoulders drop. Let's begin. Let's start with the basics. What does it actually mean to be a people pleaser? At its heart, people pleasing is putting some other people's needs first, putting their wants first and their feelings ahead of your own. Sometimes to the point where you almost disappear in the process. It's saying yes when you desperately want to say no, and it's apologising even when you've done nothing wrong. How many of us can honestly say we've avoided having an honest conversation because you don't want to rock the boat? Now, this often comes from a good place: kindness, compassion, care. But when it becomes a pattern, it can leave you feeling resentful, exhausted, and completely disconnected from your own needs. Here's the truth. People-pleasing isn't just being nice. It's often rooted in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, and fear of being seen as difficult or selfish. But most people want to be liked, or at least viewed positively by others, don't they? Some people want to be liked so badly, though, that they will sacrifice their wishes and desires to prioritise fulfilling other people's wishes and desires. And this excessive self-sacrifice is what can lead to the resentment and even an unhealthy dependence on other people. So, why do we do it? Well, for many of us, people-pleasing is learned. Maybe as a child, keeping people happy felt like survival. Perhaps love or approval seemed to depend on being agreeable. Maybe you grew up in a home where conflict was scary, so you learned to smooth things over quickly. Over time, this coping mechanism becomes automatic. Your brain learns, if I keep everyone else happy, I'm safe, I belong. The problem is that pattern follows us into adulthood, and it costs us because you can't please everyone. And when you try, the price is usually your own peace of mind. Everyone has some level of people-pleasing tendencies, but some more than others. And those with those tendencies tend to be people who have big hearts and give a lot to others, again, at the detriment to themselves. It can lead to them damaging their mental health without even realising it. People pleasers often struggle with perfectionism. They aim not just for high standards, but also to control how others see them by seeking acceptance and avoiding criticism. This unhealthy perfectionism, though, means that they may be overextending themselves to manage others' feelings and keeping everyone else happy. And people with low self-esteem, again, often prioritise other needs over their own too. Lacking in self-confidence can lead to people-pleasing and seeking validation from others, which makes your self-worth dependent on external approval and increases that vulnerability to burnout. Does any of that sound familiar? Well, On the surface, being agreeable seems harmless, even admirable, doesn't it? But let's talk about what it does to your mental health. Constantly prioritizing others over yourself can lead to burnout and exhaustion because you're stretching yourself too thin. It can lead to anxiety from overthinking and worrying about what others think of you. It can lead to low self-worth because your value becomes tied to other people's approval. And it can lead to resentment and disconnection, not only from yourself, but sometimes even from the people you're trying so hard to please. It's like living in a house where every door is open to everybody else, but you can't find a quiet room for yourself. So, how do we begin to break this cycle? Well, the first step is awareness. Notice your patterns. Ask yourself, do I feel anxious about saying no? Do I agree to things I don't want to do? Do I feel responsible for other people's feelings? Next, pause before you answer. When someone asks for something, try saying, "Let me check and get back to you." This tiny pause gives you space to choose rather than automatically saying yes. Another key step here is get clear on your values and needs. What matters to you and what do you need to do to feel balanced? Because when you know your values, it's easier to make decisions and align with them. And finally, start small. Practice saying no in low stakes situations, like turning down extra work when your plate is full or skipping that social event when you don't have enough energy. It might feel uncomfortable at first, and that's okay. Discomfort is part of growth. So let's take a few minutes now for a grounding exercise designed to help you tune back into yourself, because people pleasing often pulls us away from our own needs. If you can, sit somewhere comfortable and close your eyes if that feels okay. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it out gently through your mouth. Now, do that again. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now bring your attention to your body. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor and the support of the chair beneath you. As you breathe slowly, ask yourself the question, what do I need right now? Don't rush for the answer. Just notice what comes up. It might be something small. A glass of water, maybe a few minutes rest. It might be something big, like space or understanding. Keep breathing and let the answer settle. And silently remind yourself, my needs matter too. Take one more deep breath, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Breaking free from people pleasing isn't about swinging into one extreme from the other and ignoring everyone else's needs. It's about balance. It's about remembering that your needs matter just as much as everybody else's. Every time you pause before saying yes, every time you check in with yourself, you're building a new pattern. one that honours who you are and what you need. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today. In our next episode of Pocket Wellbeing Friend, we'll explore the science of happiness. What really makes us happy and how to create more of it in everyday life. Until then, take care and remember, you're doing better than you think.